Welcome to Punctuation 101. Again, you may want to make sure you have a pen or pencil so that you can copy down these notes so you have examples of when you should be using these elements of punctuation in your daily writing. Why is this punctuation so important? Well, it's important because we want to make sure that our messages are clear. We also may need to separate different parts of sentences so that we are not miscommunicating with others. So this period, we also call it a full stop, right? We've learned these since kindergarten. They are used to end a sentence. When we see it, we know we can take a little pause or breath when we're reading. It's also used in abbreviations, so I know this is a shortened version of something longer, like state or Mr., right? MR period is an abbreviation for the word MISTER. Here are some examples of where you can use a period. You may copy these down in your notebook so that you have a good example, or you may copy your own. My godson graduated from the School for Creative Studies. So in that sentence, I have a subject and a verb. Jason, who is my godson, graduated. He is the subject. Graduated is the verb. Okay? Below, we have two verbs because he has two jobs. He currently works at Costco and runs his own catering business. Sometimes your sentences may have one subject, but more than one verb. We also may be needing some commas in our writing. The comma separates items in a list, or it kind of separates your introductory words if you want to be talking about steps and how to do something. First, let me explain the materials you need to gather. Next, empty the flour into the bowl, right? After those first and next, I needed to pause. So that's why I would have put a comma there. You do not use it to join two sentences. In that scenario, you would just use the word and. Another example of a sentence that needs comma is to give it the particular meaning we wish to purvey. We are not going to learn how to cut this little kid up, right? We're going to learn how to cut and paste kids. No, we need to clarify our meaning here. With a comma, it takes this murder to an arts and crafts activity. We're going to learn how to cut and paste, kids, right? The outcome will be very different. Commas are very important. The exclamation mark. Use an exclamation mark only when you're going to express some strong emotions. Being angry, being excited, or surprised. Here, I think we need a little emotion. This is not going to be a neutral sentence. How would you say that if you saw somebody that you know being beamed up to the sky? Another common mistake with exclamation marks is sometimes people use them and other people think that they're yelling. Here's an example of a text message where somebody got a little bit upset because of the use of an exclamation mark. So you just want to make sure you're not using them when they're not necessary. Question marks are pretty self-explanatory, right? You use them at the end of an interrogative sentence. If you look at that statement right there, or if you look at that, those two words there, interrogative sentence. Have you ever heard of the word interrogate? Right? Sometimes someone will interrogate you, a detective or a police officer. They ask you a series of questions. So that's a form of the word interrogative sentence. So if you ever know that again, remember interrogate And I'll help you remember that it means it's like a question. Okay. They also can be used at the end of a sentence when we're indicating doubt or uncertainty. So sometimes I would say for you guys, well, we know how to use these question marks, right? And I would put a question mark there because I'm wondering. I'm not seeing you're putting your question marks at the end of your sentences. So do you know how to use them? Can you prove it? You should avoid using question marks if you have indirect questions. What is a strange food combination that you enjoy? Here is one of mine. I liked cinnamon raisin bagels with cream cheese, jalapenos, and honey when I was pregnant with my son. Is there anything strange that you enjoy combining? What's wrong, Nico? In this picture, he wasn't old enough to tell me quite yet. But now, when I ask him this question, he does give me a response because he has grown up a bit. I thank you for joining me on this journey through the fascinating world of English punctuation. I know you may not want to hear these evil thoughts. I know you may not want to see these evil thoughts. I know you may not want to speak of these evil thoughts. But in ELA, I don't think these are evil. They are essential. And you need to be using them in your writing. Thank you.